I just recently did a couple videos on Princess Mononoke, my favorite Studio Ghibli movie of all time. One of the biggest critiques and comments in the comments section are directly related to my pronunciation of Ghibli. Is it pronounced Ghibli or is it pronounced Ghibli? Well, I did some research, and although pronouncing it Ghibli isn't 100% incorrect, it's also not necessarily completely correct either. It's slightly more complicated though. So in this video, I'll do my best to lay out the origins of the name and how the Japanese actually pronounce Studio Ghibli, or Studio Ghibli. Let's begin. It's really no surprise that Miyazaki has a fascination with aircrafts, as we've seen quite a few of them in the studio's films. His father actually ran a company that manufactured aircraft parts, and I'm sure he played a large role in his liking to airplanes. One of those airplanes he took a liking to in particular, the Caproni CA-309. The Caproni CA-309 was created by an Italian aircraft manufacturer Caproni, which was founded in 1908. The founder being Giovanni Battista Caproni, who's actually featured in the film The Wind Rises. That's pretty cool. The Caproni CA-309 aircraft has the nickname Ghibli, which refers to a desert wind. Fast forward about 200 years, the word Ghibli has also been applied to a few Maseratis, with the same pronunciation. With Miyazaki's obsession with airplanes in the Caproni CA-309, he took the word Ghibli and named his studio after that. However, big however, Miyazaki didn't pronounce it with the Italian way in which he took the word. In fact, everyone else in Japan when referring to the studio also does not pronounce it with the Ghibli pronunciation either. So how does Miyazaki himself pronounce his own studio? Well, let's just hear him say it. Here are a couple other Japanese pronunciations as well.
ジブリで唯一スーツを着ている。
ジブリの世界を楽しめるジブリパークが完成予定ということなんです。
I think the funny thing, however, it's also different from how I pronounce it as well. The pronunciation I use is Ghibli, and the pronunciation I heard from the clips is more like Ghibli. These are the Japanese characters for the word Ghibli, and the translated spelling is more like Ghibli. However, in Japanese, the R sound isn't quite as harsh, and it's quite softer with a little undertone of the letter L, sort of like Ghibli. That was probably terrible, and I apologize. So we know the word came from the Italian aircraft, the Caproni CA-309 Ghibli, but Miyazaki, the person who took the word and created the studio, pronounces it Ghibli. So why do I pronounce it Studio Ghibli? I think the easiest answer is because it's just how the West translated the pronunciation to English to have it better fit the English language. But this is also how we've pronounced it for a long time. There's an ad on BBC Choice pronouncing it with the J.
Until 1988 that Miyazaki and his Studio Ghibli would win widespread recognition.
But you know what, guys, at the end of the day, I think Miyazaki himself doesn't really care. He even said it in this interview that he just took the name of a random plane because he liked the way it sounded. And that just so happens to be how he pronounced it. I'm sure that all that matters to him, and really all that matters to me, is that you enjoy the films, and that's what we all have in common. But if you're looking for really wanting to say it more correctly, I think you should go the Ghibli route instead of the Ghibli route, in my own opinion. But let me know down in the comments if you pronounce it Ghibli or if you pronounce it Ghibli. And also let me know what your favorite Studio Ghibli film of all time is. Mine is Princess Mononoke. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video.